Hey friends, welcome back and hello to you new people too. I'm Courtney. Today I'm going to be showing you the brand new Urban Decay Aphrodisiac palette. It's this little 6-pan mini palette right here. It's the same size as the Urban Decay Naked Basics and the Urban Decay Petite Heat, etc. And yeah, I believe it's going to be $29. It's an Ulta exclusive. It's going to launch on August 5th, so only in a couple days. And I believe you'll be able to get it in Urban Decay after that. So I just got this palette in the mail today and I did swatches and a demo for you. So first let's look at the palette up close. We've got 3 matte shades, 1 sort of satin finish, and then 2 super shimmery shades. So these 2 are mattes. This is a matte. This is more of like a satin. This is ultra shimmery and this is ultra shimmery. And this is basically like I would use this as a transition color on pale skin like mine. This could also be a transition or lid shade depending on your skin tone. And then this is like a deeper shade for like liner or the accent color. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert swatches now of these 6 eyeshadows. The first color is Sheets, which is like a light peachy beige matte. Then we have Beyond, which is like a light brown matte. And I feel like it has like maybe slight peach undertone. Then we have Whiplash, which is a very deep matte brown. Then there's Night Fever, which is the most gorgeous sort of like rose gold with like peach and gold and pink tones to it. It's a beautiful neutral. It's probably really the star of this palette along with Addict. And Addict is like a wine color, so it's kind of like a burgundy purple wine type of shade. And the last color in the palette is Glare, which is a sort of medium brown, maybe it leans a little bronzish, maybe it has like a little bit of like a plum undertone to it. All right, now that you've seen the swatches, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the demo where I use all 6 of the colors in my eyes and you can see how well they blend out. So I've already prepped my eyes with Urban Decay's Primer Potion and Milani's Prep Set Go Setting Powder to just, you know, basically do my eyes the way I always do them. And we're going to go ahead and test out this cute little palette. And I'm putting Sheets, which is the lightest color in the palette, onto the hood of my eyes, kind of in my crease, just to see how this works. This is a pretty good transition shade for fair skin like mine. Like if you wanted to do it like a nude or naked eye, you could totally just use this color. I'm applying the shade Beyond, which is the next color in the palette, and it's a little bit deeper than Sheets. It's like a light beige brown with peach. I feel like it has peach tones to it. Not strong or anything, but the colors blend out without any problem and they have good pigmentation. This is Night Fever, which is one of the sparkly shades in the palette. I'm putting that onto my lid. Yeah, I feel like it has like a little bit of a peachy tone to it on my skin. I really, really like the sparkles though. All right, we've already used half the palette on just this one eye, so that's good. Ooh, these eyes definitely make my blue-green eyes pop. I feel like they make them look more blue, so the left half of this palette is very flattering on my eye color. I'm using the deepest shade in the palette. This is Whiplash, and I'm just basically gonna apply this at the outer part of my eye for definition. I don't know why I make such weird faces when I'm doing eyeshadow, but I do. And I'm switching to a Sigma E25 just to see how it blends. pretty good. Like the colors blended out just fine. So there's 2 colors left in the palette. I'm gonna put Beyond, which was the second matte in the palette, right here in my crease, in this eye, because we're gonna do the other 2 colors on this eye. This eye's kind of full. Yeah, I love how these colors apply and blend out. All right, so I'm putting Addict, which is the purple shade, on my lid. And it's really more like, I feel like it's a wine color more than a purple. Oh, and this is the first shade that actually had a lot of fallout, but I didn't tap off my brush, so that's totally my fault. Actually, let me clean up this fallout and then see if I get it again if I tap my brush. I don't feel like this color is as pigmented as the other colors, the purple shade. Oh yeah, I would say there's gonna be very minimal fallout. If you tap off your brush like I did just now, you're probably not gonna experience fallout with this color. But if you apply it like I did the first time where I didn't even bother to tap it off, yeah, there's gonna be fallout. That was totally my fault. Honestly, I feel like the colors blend together very easily, except I can't get this part of my eye to blend right for some reason. There we go. All right, the last color left in the palette is Glare, and I'm gonna put that on my lower lid. This color, I guess it's probably a bronze, works pretty well with the purple shade. Or it seems to like really pull out the purples in that color. After using them, I would say 5 of the 6 shades are great. I would say that the color Addict could use more pigmentation, but that's about it. I experienced minimal fallout, and if I tapped off my brush the way I'm supposed to, I didn't have any fallout. So pretty impressed with how this performed. All right, now that you've seen the swatches and the demo with the eyeshadows, I'm gonna talk to you about the palette. When I saw the palette, I really liked the packaging, I liked the color, and I was excited by the idea that maybe it would be more of like a burgundy themed palette. And so initially when I swatched it, I was disappointed because I'm like, well, it really just kind of looks like a bunch of brown shades with a little bit of like a hint of, you know, burgundy thrown in. And then I started looking at Addict and Night Fever more closely, and I really liked them. So I decided to try to put together this look, which doesn't use any of the browns aside from the deepest brown to contour the outer part of the eye, and fell in love with it. So my experience with this palette is that the mattes are very easy to work with. They're very blendable. They have the perfect balance of blendability and pigmentation. They're excellent. The 2 super shimmery shades are great. When I first tried Addict on, I didn't like it, but when I did this look, I love it. So I think that it's great. It could use a tiny bit more pigmentation in my opinion. However, when I blend it out, it blends into the skin so beautifully that maybe that's why it has a little bit less pigmentation. So if you are someone who loves Urban Decay, you need this palette. If you are someone who likes rose gold and neutrals, you need this palette. This is definitely a palette that you can use to go from work appropriate to having fun. Like, I consider this a very fun look that I created with it, but you could very easily do an office friendly look with this. It's excellent for travel. I really like these curated palettes with colors. I mean, obviously I wish I could pick the colors because I think I would put together an awesome palette, but I really like how this palette turned out. I love this palette, and it's one I would buy if it hadn't been sent to me. So anyway, what do you think of the new Urban Decay Aphrodisiac palette? Please be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you like this video and found it entertaining and helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.